2, 2, 2. Hello everyone, and welcome to the opening ceremony, shortly followed by the opening game of the EPFA Cup 2022 here in Geneva, Switzerland. As Scotland make their way to the field of play, this highly anticipated European competition will see the national sides of Switzerland, Scotland, Austria, Italy, Germany, Belgium and Spain, who will compete for 3 available places at the next European Championships. We're really happy to welcome back Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, Scotland to another European-based competition. And we are also delighted to welcome Italy, Germany and Spain to their first ever European competition. It's really incredible to see these respective nations have power chair football representation competing at this very top level. And hopefully in time they'll match the powerhouse running game equivalents. As Brian Dix just welcomes Switzerland to the field of play, our hosts here in Geneva. Shortly following this, we'll kickstart with Switzerland versus Scotland here on Monday afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching it around Europe and the world. From tomorrow, we will see all 7 nations face one another in a round-robin stage competition from Monday through to Thursday, and their placement in the table will dictate placing games and the EPFA Cup 2022 semi-finals. Just for context, teams that finish in positions 1 and 4 in this round-robin style tournament will automatically progress to the semi-final matches on Thursday. Teams finishing in 5th, 6th and 7th will play a second round-robin stage to establish the placings for 5th, 6th and 7th. We've just had the introduction of our classifiers and our referees adorning pink and blue here this week. You can really see how impressive this venue is here in Geneva, with our nations proudly placed in front of their respective flags. Just for reference, if you are seeking French commentary in this opening EPFA Cup 2022 game, please visit Goals Beyond Grass's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch or YouTube, where Giovanni will be commentating in French. This opening fixture will be on Pitch A, where all fixtures will be streamed off the European Power Chair Football Association's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and newly created Twitch page. We apologise if there is some technical issues with our stream on Facebook. We will ensure that this is fixed for tomorrow's games. But we can see many people flooding into our YouTube, Twitch and Twitter streams, which is amazing to see. For more details, you can visit epfacup.gbg-events.co.uk, where you'll find the links to each of our streaming platforms. We'll try and get a graphic on screen at some point to give you that link as the foghorns blare. All of Pitch B's fixtures across this week, the court currently behind us, will be streamed off Goals Beyond Grass's Facebook in various languages. So visit Goals Beyond Grass's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and also newly created Twitch page. to access them fixtures. If you have any questions or queries throughout the tournament, feel free to get in touch via one of the streams. There's also contact details on the website. This European Power Chair Football Association, or EPFA for short, delivered competition is proudly sanctioned by our world governing body FIPFA. And this event really wouldn't be possible without the support of our fantastic sponsors and partners. A particular commendation to UEFA, Goals Beyond Grass, the Swiss Lottery, to mention just three. We'll give showcases and highlights to our sponsors throughout the week, because what you're seeing in front of you would not be possible without their support. But I really hope as the week progresses, we can showcase the very best of power chair football and its rules, and we'll strive to explain and break everything down for our viewing audience to make it as accessible as possible. The website is currently on the live on your screens, is where you can find all the details and links to both EPFA's and Goals Beyond Grass's streaming links. As our match officials just leave the field of play, the teams are just getting their final instructions from their respective coaches. Before we get this competition underway. For all of those just joining us, welcome to the opening fixture of the EPFA Cup 2022 between hosts Switzerland and their opening challengers Scotland. Kickoff will be in 5 minutes' time at 6 o'clock here in the local Swiss time, or Central European summertime. And that's an hour before for all of our friends watching in Scotland and England. So a 5 o'clock kickoff is the aim here this evening. As you can see, our fantastic sponsors on screen here: UEFA, EPFA, FIPFA, Power Soccer Shop, Goals Beyond Grass. Not long now till kickoff. We'll get you the team news shortly of both Switzerland and Scotland. Scotland currently to my left, getting their final instructions from coach Craig Peaty and Gareth Mitchelson. To my right, Switzerland getting their respective instructions from Florian Tissier and Altrim Rexipi. Huge thank you to all tuning in from across Europe. No doubt we have plenty of people watching from Scotland. Likewise with people here in Switzerland, Geneva. It really has been a very lovely day and build up to this tournament, as our match officials just take to the centre of the court before getting us underway. Switzerland versus Scotland. So to run you through the team, or the squad of Switzerland, we have number 1, Gwendal Duplessis. Number 2, Christian Bloch, Gabriele Panico, Bekir Ganiji, Mathieu Cavossier, and Emmanuel Ratz, with Florian Tissier and Ultram Rexipi as our coaches. To run you through the challengers, Scotland here this evening. Number 2, Logan Mitchelson, and number 3, Conor McCall, number 4, Ethan Galloway, number 6, Thomas Pettigrew, number 7, Kieran Burns, number 8, Colin Shields, and number 9, Nicky Duncan, with coaches of Craig Peaty and Gareth Mitchelson. What's a virtual kickoff?
Contract duty, take out his £10,000.
Who? Yeah, you're pointing. I don't need. If you want any reference, I don't know who we're talking about. It needs to be right. Yeah, I know that, but I don't know the names.
I'll get them on. No, I've got them. Whenever you're ready. Okay.
Good. Oh, that's fine. I was just talking. I can't hear. We apologise for the short delay in proceedings here this afternoon. As you can see on your screen, Swiss para-athlete Celine Van Til is just going to have a virtual kick-off. She's been a fantastic supporter of this EPFA Cup 2022. So she's just going to have a nice kick-off to get us going. And then we'll get proceedings properly underway now. Huge thank you to Celine Van Til for her continued support. Just to run you through the match officials here this afternoon. In the centre from Denmark, we have Niels Christian Simonsen. Officials of Remy Simon, Millie Bean, and a fourth official of Mark Kerriton, as Ethan Galloway gets us right up in the Swiss half, almost immediately putting pressure on the Swiss defence. So to run you through the teams in front of me here, in goal for Switzerland, we have number 8, Gabrielle Panicot. Just in front, Emmanuel Ratz. Up the pitch, we have Mathieu Courvoisier. And number 2, Christian Bloch. Let's go through the Scotland team. In goal, we have Colin Shields. Just in front, Logan Mitchelson, who's on the ball currently, over to Ethan Galloway, number 4. On the far side, you can see number 6 is Conor McCall. 2-on-1 infringement in favour of Scotland. Just to go through that rule briefly, if 2 opponents are within 3 metres of their opposition, it will be awarded as an indirect free kick. It's implemented in power chair football to keep the game as fair and as competitive and as free-flowing as possible. Logan Mitchelson with the indirect free kick. He cannot shoot, so he has to choose one of his options of Conor McCall to his right or Ethan Galloway to his left. Ethan Galloway just takes a position in between Panicot and Ratz. He'll probably aim for Ethan Galloway's chest, go straight through, so it's going to be disallowed as a goal. Indirect means it has to go via the chair of either a teammate or opponent to be awarded as a goal. Emmanuel Ratz with the kick through to Mathieu Courvoisier. Goes all the way down into the Scotland half. So Ethan Galloway to take the kick in from the ball, leaving the field of play. Courvoisier does well to limit Logan Mitchelson's space. Just going to maintain that pressure and see it out of play for a Scotland kick in. McCall going to be limited by Christian Bloch. Ethan Galloway does well. Just advance past him slightly, back to Mitchelson. Tries to pick out McCall. Switches it over to Ethan Galloway. He's going to have a go at goal. Goes to the front of Gabriele Panicot's chair. He does well to block it, and Emmanuel Ratz sees it out of play for a corner. It's good defensive work from Switzerland. But likewise, that attacking play split them open from Scotland. Mitchelson with the corner kick. Niels Christian Simonsen from Denmark, our referee, just giving the instructions to Panicot and Ratz on their positioning. Mitchelson into Galloway, goes all the way to the back post where Conor McCall attempts an effort at goal. Now Christian Block will try and get us up the field of play. Galloway, a lot of pace on that ball. Emmanuel Ratz meets it. Mitchelson. Ethan Galloway has an effort at goal, just blocked off the line from Gabriele Panico. Good defensive work from the duo in the Switzerland box. Mitchelson has the options of Galloway and McCall. So Mitchelson fires it into the Swiss box, but blocked by Emmanuel Ratz. Another corner will proceed play. Interesting setup from Switzerland here. It's indirect, but an effort off of a Swiss chair over the goal would count as he fires it into Gabriele Panico. Fires it back into the danger zone where Mitchelson meets. Miss kick by Galloway allows Christian Block to get his defensive position in. Mitchelson to Galloway. Block meets it. Back to Galloway. Fires it in the direction of the Swiss box. Block has to get his position in here. Has to be careful of Mitchelson just to his right. Very congested in this final third of Switzerland. Mitchelson's going to try and weave his way round to score the opening goal of the EPFA Cup 2022. It's the ever impressive Logan Mitchelson who scores the goal, weaved his way round Gabriele Panico to put Scotland 1-0 up. Exactly the start that Scotland would have wanted. To ease them nerves as it's fired straight back into the Swiss half off of the chair of Logan Mitchelson. But it goes out for a Swiss goal kick. You can see the chairs of Galloway, Mitchelson and McCall really congested in that Swiss half. They're going to try and put pressure straight from the Emmanuel Ratz goal kick. Straight into Logan Mitchelson, who fires it to the left-hand side of Panico's chair. As I said, they put that pressure on. They congested the space for the Swiss to get that goal kick up the field of play. And Logan Mitchelson gets his second of the game and doubles the Scots' advantage. The Swiss will really want to try and shore up that defence. With only just under 9 minutes played. Once again, Mitchelson meets that kick-off, fires it all the way down the other side, and it'll be a Swiss goal kick. A little bit more space between the Scottish players here, which may work in Emmanuel Ratz's favour. But they're very dangerous from this, Scotland. Ready to pounce. Mitchelson has the option, a clear option of Galloway, who he finds. Back to Mitchelson. Some nice passing between himself and Ethan Galloway. Courvoisier just leaves the space. to allow his defenders the position. Mitchelson will take the kick in for Scotland. Looks like he's got Ethan Galloway in between the chairs of Rats and Block. Conor McColl's at the back post, who he fires it over to. McColl has a go at effort and it creeps over the line to put Scotland 3-0 up against hosts Switzerland. Really clinical in their attacking play in the first 10 minutes of this fixture. Scotland were present at the 2 EPFA Home Nations style events in April and May, fielding both a development and senior side. This side here in Geneva is a culmination of the 2. As Emmanuel Rats gets us underway with another kick-off. Better that time, which didn't present an opportunity for Mitchelson, but he finds the angle and the space to attempt an effort goal between the 2 Swiss defenders. He's going to take his time here, assess the options of McColl Central and Galloway. Mitchelson with a kick in just in front of our official Remy Simon. It's a big gap between that front post and Gabriele Panico. An option for Logan Mitchelson if he was to fire it. Goal bound, it goes all the way back to Conor McColl, who's blindsided by it. Didn't see it till it was too late. A lot of pace on that ball. Unfortunate for the number 3 for Scotland. Could have been a real opportunity to make it 4. Christian Block with a missed kick. Allows Courvoisier in. He has to be careful of the space he allows. Logan Mitchelson, and the 2-on-1 is awarded in the end in favour of Scotland. Mitchelson has Conor McColl to his right, Galloway down the line to his left. Looks like he's going to opt for the number for Ethan Galloway. Conor McColl has an attempt at goal. Second attempt, he's applying the pressure. Can he squeeze it round? He does in the end to make it 4-0 to Scotland. Colin Shields just being called over by his coach. Been fairly untested in this game so far. I think he's yet to actually touch the ball, so some good sustained pressure from Scotland. It must be noted that a lot of these teams competing here this week are development nations. They're trying and they're developing players and opportunities in their respective countries. So some may be a higher level than others, but it's great to see 7 nations in one tournament. As Colin Shields, I believe, gets his first touch, fires it into Logan Mitchelson. It's congested by Block and Rats. He's just going to try and squeeze it all the way over. Gabriele Panico limits the goal. Ethan Galloway continues the pressure. Christian Block is going to try and get the Swiss up the field of play. Galloway sees it into Mitchelson. He's been extremely busy. A deflection just goes to the left-hand side of the post. Almost 5-0. Just to run you through the games of tomorrow. On pitch A, we have Austria versus Spain, Switzerland, Italy, Switzerland, Belgium, Scotland, Spain. And on Court B behind us, which will be in the varied language on the live stream, is Belgium, Germany, Scotland, Austria, and Germany, Italy. Mitchelson fires it back to the post. That was an option there. Gabriel Panico wasn't snug on his goal line, on his left post, and he's limited that opportunity well, but it's a little bit of miscommunication between Gabriele Panico and Emmanuel Ratz. Allows Conor McCall to squeeze the ball between them. You can see the frustration in the Swiss number 8. Really unfortunate after doing so well to limit the opportunity. I'm not sure what time is showing on the stream. That goal. We're currently just under 16 minutes. So and Ethan Galloway works the opportunity from Logan Mitchelson to score his first goal of the competition. You can see what it means to him and his nation behind. Just under 4 minutes remaining of this first half. Switzerland 0, Scotland 6. Colin Shields comes for his second involvement in the game. Fires it diagonally to Ethan Galloway on this left-hand side into Logan Mitchelson, limited by Christian Blockwell. He's going to just try and get the pace to get round the front of Mitchelson's chair. He's unable to do that, which presents Mitchelson with the option to find Galloway in that corner. But Mitchelson encroached on Galloway, not allowing that 3-metre distance. It will be a 2-on-1 infringement in favour of Switzerland, which will be taken by Christian Block. Mitchelson intercepts into Emmanuel Ratz. Galloway blocked by Block. Mitchelson finds the gap in between the defenders and feints Gabriele Panico on that Swiss goal line to score Scotland's seventh. Fantastic performance from that Scotland number 2 so far. An extremely talented player who represents Northern Thunder in England in their National League competition. Fantastic support from the Swiss. It has to be said, they continue to cheer on their 4 players. Mitchelson just trying to find a way past Christian Block, guides it into Ethan Galloway's path. Logan Mitchelson just fires it towards that left-hand post, and Emmanuel Ratz just sees it out for a Scotland corner. 1.5 minutes remaining of this first half. Switzerland 0, Scotland 7. Mitchelson fires it back to Colin Shields, into Galloway, all the way through to McCall, who drives the effort goal bound to make it 8-0 to the Scots. Great worked goal from Mitchelson, all the way back to his keeper Shields, fired it in the direction of Ethan Galloway, who feinted and allowed the ball to go all the way to the number 3, Conor McCall, to make it 8. A little bit of a miss kick from Conor McCall there. allows Switzerland to get up the field of play for probably only the second time in this opening half. Christian Bloch will take the kick in. Sorry, Courvoisier will take the kick in. There's Christian Bloch in support, and Emmanuel Ratz at the back post. Pass by Courvoisier into Colin Shields. Sees it out the initial danger. Christian Bloch tries to recycle the attack, but now the Scotland outnumber the Swiss defenders. Conor McCull's going to have an effort at goal. Just guides it goal bound, and a misplaced control from Gabriele Panico. Really unfortunate from the Swiss number 8. Allows Scotland to score another goal right on the half time. Christian Bloch will take the kick off. And the referee, Neil Christian Simonson, blows the whistle for the half-time break. Switzerland 0, Scotland 9. Some really good attacking play from Scotland. Sees them have such an impressive goal margin over the host Switzerland. Switzerland will want to regroup in this half-time break. We're likely to see some changes from Scotland in the second. Join us shortly for the second half of this EPFA Cup 2022 opener between Switzerland and Scotland. Hello everyone, welcome back to the EPFA Cup 2022 opening game between Switzerland and Scotland. A huge thank you to all joining us across our streams, both here and on Goals Beyond Grass's platforms, where this opening fixture will be streamed in French for all our Swiss and French fans watching here and outside of the venue. Scotland are ready and waiting for this second half to kick off. They did so impressive to score 9 goals in that first half. As suspected, they've made a number of changes for the second half. The goalkeeper and captain Colin Shields has been substituted for Thomas Pettigrew. Ethan Galloway has been subbed by Nicky Duncan, and Conor McCall has been replaced by Kieran Burns. All three will be wanting to match the achievements of number 2, Logan Mitchelson's, from that first half. He scored a number of goals to help this healthy advantage over the host Switzerland. For all those joining us, this EPFA competition will see the nations of Switzerland, Scotland, Austria, Italy, Germany and Belgium and Spain, who will compete for 3 available spots at the EPFA Nations Cup, which is the European Championship equivalent for power chair football. To run you through the fixtures for tomorrow. At 1 o'clock on Pitch A, so these on the EPFA streams across Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. At 1 o'clock, Austria will play Spain. At 2:30, Switzerland will play Italy. At 5 o'clock, Switzerland will play Belgium. And at 6:30, Scotland will play Spain on Pitch B, which will be streamed across Goals Beyond Grass's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and Twitch. At 1:15, Belgium will play Germany. Scotland will play Austria at 3:30. And at 5 o'clock, Germany will play Italy. So all games on Pitch B will be streamed off Goals Beyond Grass's platforms in varied languages to try and accommodate as many people as possible as we get straight underway. Looks like we've had a change from the Swiss half. Swiss contingent in the half-time break. It looks like Gwendal Desplaces has come on in place of Mathieu Courvoisier. Logan Mitchelson fires it all the way back to the back post, when Nicky Duncan, in his first involvement in this EPFA Cup 2022, guides the ball over the line to make it double digits for the Scots. As I was saying just before that, substitutions from Switzerland. Bekir Ganigi in the Swiss goal replaced Gabriele Panico. Emmanuel Rat will take the goal kick. She has Gwendal Desplaces to her left. Mitchelson intercepts, but he didn't give the necessary 5 metres needed for Emmanuel Rat to take that goal kick. So we'll get another free kick in favour of Switzerland. She has Christian Block to her right, Gwendal Desplaces to her left. Looks like she goes for number 2, Christian Block, who does well to just feint his chair and let the ball encroach into the Scotland half. Some loud commands from the Swiss coach, Florian Tissier, just trying to organise his team to limit the Scotland attack. Kieran Burns with his first involvement picks out Logan Mitchelson. It just evades him and Christian Block, going in between the two chairs of Switzerland and Scotland, all the way back into the Scotland half, where Switzerland will have a kick in, be taken by Swiss number 2, Christian Block. Gwendal Dell Place down the line. Emmanuel Ratz just in front of Kieran Burns in the centre. She fires it into Gwendal Dell Place's direction. Logan Mitchelson evades the pressure from the Swiss number 1. It's well limited by Dell Place. Nikki Duncan's going to try and get their header block. Just feints, lets the ball go into that top right-hand corner. Back to Mitchelson, fires it into the direction of Kieran Burns, but Christian Block does well to intercept. Another crucial interception, just limits the direction, and a good clearance from the Swiss keeper, Emmanuel Ratz, for a Scotland corner. Mitchelson with the corner kick for Scotland. Just under 24 minutes played. Switzerland 0, Scotland 10. Mitchelson takes the kick, fires it all the way back to Nicky Duncan in the back post, who scores Scotland's 11th. He's been absolutely clinical at that back post. Fantastic accuracy on the kick, initial kick from Logan Mitchelson in between the chairs of Bakir Ganiji and Emmanuel Ratz. Switzerland 0, Scotland 11 here in this opening game of the EPFA Cup 2022. Block in the direction of Burns, does well to get the interception. Del Place has to be careful of his encroachment on the Scotland players. I think the referee, Neil Simonson, Christian Simonson, was just adjusting something with the Swiss defender's chair. We're going to restart kickoff shortly. Just instructing the Scotland players to get back into their own halves. Christian Block with the kickoff into the direction of Kieran Burns. Block's going to try and get his chair just in front to limit that advance in attack. Kieran Burns goes all the way down to the right. Nicky Duncan has to evade that space on the right-hand side to allow him the room. Doesn't manage to create much with that initial pass in the direction of Logan Mitchelson. Can he have another go? Fires it goal bound. Emmanuel Ratz does well to block it. It's going to go out for a Scotland kick in the final third of Switzerland. Mitchelson fires it towards the right-hand post, trying to catch the keeper, Bakir Ganiji, out of position. But it goes out for a Switzerland goal kick, where Scotland have been so clinical in capitalising on the Swiss. Mitchelson's going to look to intercept this. Very attacking from Scotland. Kieran Burns and Nicky Duncan more advanced than the goal kick taker. Fairly confident now they've got that 11 goal advantage. Mitchelson intercepts, evades Christian Block, guides it in the direction of Kieran Burns, who fires it in the space. Gwendal Dell Place with one of his first major involvements, fires it into the side of Logan Mitchelson's chair. Duncan with another effort, goal bound. Limited by Bakir Ganiji. Just out of shot. Scotland keeper's just having a slight adjustment to his chair, hence this short delay. And the ever impressive Logan Mitchelson leaves the field of play. And captain Colin Shields, number 8, takes his place. Not sure exactly how many goals Mitchelson has of the 11, but a fantastic opening fixture for the young number 2. Colin Shields fires it into the defensive setup of Switzerland in his second introduction of the game. He's going to have another goal. Kieran Burns just occupying that space in the top right-hand corner. He's going to look to fight towards Nicky Duncan. At some point, they've gone confident to go back to Pettigrew, over to Shields, who just lets it go all the way back to Kieran Burns. Christian Block intercepts to just try and fragment that Scotland attack. 28.5 minutes gone. Switzerland 0, Scotland 11. Colin Shields with the kick in. Fires it to his goalkeeper, Thomas Pettigrew. Over to Kieran Burns. Back to Pettigrew. Rotated spin kick. Goes back into the Scotland half, where Switzerland will get the play underway once again. Couldn't quite get the direction on that pass. Thomas Pettigrew and Christian Blocks is going to take the kick in. A lot of space in that top right hand corner in the direction of Emmanuel Ratz. Intercepted by Colin Shields. Number 14 for Switzerland, just going to try and limit the space and the opportunity of the Scotland captain. Kieran Burns receives that resulting pass, and it goes all the way to the left-hand post of Switzerland for a goal kick. Emmanuel Ratz. They'll place and Block in support. She fires it. Colin Shields intercepts. Block has to just rotate his chair to maintain that defensive positioning. Ratz fires it once again in the direction of Block, but Colin Shields intercepts over to Nicky Duncan, who just backs off a little, which took a little bit of space. Shields. Pettigrew has to be careful. He allowed him the space. Now Block is going to try and limit the attack of Colin Shields. He finds his way around the right-hand side of Block's chair. Nicky Duncan's just evaded that right-hand corner. And now occupied by Kieran Burns, who's adorning the captain's armband. Shields down to Burns. Back to Shields, just cushions it into the side of his chair, takes Block out the game, but Block does well to readjust his chair's position to limit the opportunity. Just a ricochet allows Pettigrew to fire an effort towards his Scotland captain, Colin Shields. Shields has the option of Kieran Burns to his right, Nicky Duncan far over on the top left-hand side. He goes for Duncan. Pettigrew's there to support. Back to Shields. He's going to fire it over to his goalkeeper, Thomas Pettigrew. Very attacking play here with all 4 Scotland players occupying attacking positions in the Switzerland half. They just drop off now, but in attack, they're confident enough to put all 4 players forward. Christian Block fires it diagonally, goes all the way back to Kieran Burns, who meets it, tries to guide it to Nicky Duncan, who just cushions it into the side of his chair, met by Emmanuel Ratz. Christian Block is going to try and get Switzerland into the Scotland half. Gwendol Delplace just directs the ball to Scotland's goal. But Kieran Burns does well to counter. Block and Shields battling away in this Swiss final third. Good interception there from Christian Block. Another resulting pass from Thomas Pettigrew. Finds Nicky Duncan, fires it over to Kieran Burns on the left-hand side. But Ganiji, who's been fairly untested in the last 5-10 minutes, does well to stay alert and see the ball out for a Scotland kick-in. Taken by Colin Shields. On the far left-hand side, he has Thomas Pettigrew in the bright orange goalkeeper jersey of Scotland in the centre of the court. He fires it all the way back to Kieran Burns. Couldn't quite get the connection to guide the ball past Ganiji in that Switzerland goal. Be frustrated with that one as Thomas Pettigrew resumes the attack for Scotland. Ratz does well to limit initially. They have to be careful here. They conceded a few goals in a similar manner in the first half. Scotland players just weaving their way round and being stubborn in their attack. Nicky Duncan now guides it all the way back to Thomas Pettigrew. Ganiji can't do enough to limit it and prevent it from going over the goal line, and Thomas Pettigrew makes it Switzerland 0, Scotland 12. Around 6 minutes left to play. Christian Block gets us underway in this second half. Switzerland 0, Scotland 12. It's good. Missed kick from Thomas Pettigrew allows Switzerland the kick in the Scotland half. Christian Block's going to try and work an opportunity. If Switzerland were to score here, the roof would be raised. Swiss support has been absolutely superb throughout, irrelevant of the scoreline. It would be great to see the Swiss play against the Germans, Italians and Spanish, teams that are probably more on their level. See some really good competitive games across the week. And as I said, if Switzerland score, the roof will be raised. Looks like the referee has awarded a 2-on-1 in favour of Switzerland. Sorry, I think it was a 3 in the box from Scotland there. Duncan, Pettigrew and Shields all within the penalty box. So a real opportunity here for Switzerland to get their goal. Ratz goes to block. Shields intercepts. Gwendol Delplace was positioned well in the Scotland box to try and capitalise on any opportunity that came his way. Shields has an attempt to find Kieran Burns on that left-hand side, but Christian Block intercepts. Four minutes remaining here in this EPFA Cup 2022 opener. Duncan over to Pettigrew, guides it over to Kieran Burns, who finds the gap. Nicky Duncan at the back post. He's been clinical at the left, and at this time he makes his hat-trick, poaching a goal at that right-hand post. Fantastic second half for the Scotland number 9. And that makes it Switzerland 0, Scotland 13. They'll really want to regroup after this fixture, Switzerland. Ahead of the rest of the tournament, where there will be some more competitive games. Scotland, one of the more experienced sides in this competition, as Colin Shields attempts to guide it to Kieran Burns. Christian Block, who's been very busy in that Switzerland defensive half, has been very assured, very sturdy, trying to limit the Scotland attack. Pettigrew back to Shields, fires it across the face of goal, but Emmanuel Ratz. The Swiss are requesting a substitution here. Be interesting to see who leaves the field of play. It looks like Gwendal Del Place will be leaving the field of play in place of number 33, Mathieu Courvoisier. Swiss coach Florian Tissier just commending Gwendal for that appearance. Very isolated in the Scotland half, but did well with the opportunities he was given. Shields back to Pettigrew. Ratz intercepts, just blocks it off the line. Nicky Duncan once again at the back post, unmarked to make it 4. He scored with almost every involvement he's had within this second half. Really staking a claim for a starting spot in Scotland's fixture tomorrow against Austria at 3:30 on Court B. Streamed on Goals Beyond Grasses, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Block met by Shields. Final minute of this opening game. Much brighter from Switzerland in this second half when compared to the first, where they conceded 9. .20 remaining. Shields with the kick in. Duncan just instructing him where he wants it. Fires it, goal bound. Nicky Duncan once again at the back post. Absolute superb clinical performance from Nicky Duncan. Really commendable positioning to be available at either post to see the ball over the line. That makes it Switzerland 0, Scotland 15. We've had the customary 20-minute half, so the referee will be shortly looking at his watch to blow for full time. 2-on-1 infringement. It goes in the favour of Switzerland. Nicky Duncan and Colin Shield encroaching on Christian Block in the Scotland half. Can they work an opportunity to register a goal? Their first goal in this tournament. Manuel Ratz takes her position to take the free kick. Courvoisier to her right, Block to her left. Shields ready to go to intercept. Goes to Courvoisier. And the referee, Neil Christian Simonsen, blows his whistle for the full time. Fantastic opening fixture from the Scots to register 15 goals unanswered to put them at the top of the leaderboard. Commiserations for Switzerland, our hosts. A tough evening here. But there's definitely positives to take. Christian Block in the centre. Did superbly well to limit many opportunities from the Scots. Both Panicol and Geneva, when called upon in that Swiss goal, had many bright moments and limited the damage. But a huge thank you to all that have joined us here for this opening game. Join us tomorrow for a number of fixtures throughout the day, starting from 1 and 1:15 respectively on Court A and Court B. But thank you for joining us. We hope you can join us for more throughout the week. Thank you.